It is Thursday today and I am very tired. I did not sleep well last night and I think just workload is getting on top of me a little bit. Ow, my tea is far too hot. I was supposed to today be dyeing up the Minis Club and I was supposed to just be dyeing up the Minis Club and warping yarn for Glasgow stripes. But I've been having a bit of an issue with the Halloween Treat Box colourway. I have taken about 3 attempts to get something that I'm actually happy with. The first one, I kind of liked it, but then I was having an issue with one of the dyes not exhausting properly. I can't remember if I mentioned this. Anyway, and also it was a bit boring. I wasn't overly happy with it. So then yesterday morning I made another attempt at it and I thought, right, I'm just going to commit to it. I'm going to dye up a double batch and we're just going to go with it. And this is going to be the new Halloween colour. And then I took it out after rinsing it and I hated it. Really not happy with it. So yeah, that was frustrating. So in the end, last night, I thought, right, I need to get this Halloween colour sorted. So I put another batch of yarn on and I went for a completely different approach. I used a completely different brand of dyes so that I could get the colour that I was wanting without having to use this dye that's proving to be an issue. And I kind of changed it up completely and I think I'm finally happy with it. I spun it this morning, I put it out on the line to dry and I've gone straight into dyeing up batches of that today. So I think I'm finally happy with the colour. It's very rare that that happens to me. I'm quite lucky in that usually I will have like an idea in my head of what I want to achieve with a colourway and I'll try it out in the pan and first time it'll work and I'll be happy. I'm very fortunate that that tends to be the way things work. So when it doesn't work that way, it really throws me and I find it really stressful. So yeah. But it means there will be a bunch of yarn at some point heading into my discount box on my website as what I call my test subjects, which don't pop up very often because, as I said, I don't often have this issue. But yeah, they'll be going in as test subjects at a reduced rate. So yeah, there'll be quite a few. There's going to be like 12 skeins of yarn that are going in like that. Frustrating, but I finally have a Halloween colourway that I'm happy with. So that means that today I need to catch up a little bit on dyeing some of the Halloween Treat Box colourways because obviously I've wasted time having the failed colourways. I also still need to get minis dyed today and I was supposed to be warping as well. But honestly, I just need a quieter day. I need a little bit of downtime. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to focus on the dyeing. So I've got the Halloween stuff in the pans at the moment and I will get, I was dyeing the 10 gram minis and the DK minis for the Marvellous Monthly Minis Club. All of that to say I'm not going to warp today. I am going to have a day where all I focus on is the dyeing and I'll have a few hours where in between kind of putting stuff in my pans and changing the dyeing, I can get a little bit of knitting done, which will be good. I am currently working on something I can't show you. But the bag gives you a little bit of an idea as to why I can't show you. So I will be releasing on, I think I'm releasing them on the 1st of October actually, I'm not 100% sure. But around sometime in October, possibly the 1st of October, I'm going to be releasing some 12 Days of Christmas pre-orders for a 12 Days of Christmas box. So you'll get 12 10 gram mini skeins. I might make it optional to go 10 gram or 20 gram. I haven't quite decided yet. But you will definitely get at least 12 10 gram mini skeins in a kind of, see again, I haven't quite worked this out in my head yet. Basically, I will be using the same colour palette as I used for my 2019 advent calendar. I'll pop up the little inspiration image. Oh, I can't breathe. Pop up the little inspiration image that I used for that. This was a watercolour image that my mum painted for me. So I'm going to use the same image again because it's beautiful and I really like it and I really like the colours. So that will be the inspiration image. Again, I will have made a decision by the time I launch the treat boxes, the 12 days boxes. I will have made a decision as to whether I am doing a fade or like a contrasty kind of thing, or whether what I might do is give you options with regards to which order you open them in as to whether you get a fade or whether you get contrasts. Anyway, I haven't decided. I'm probably going to go with the fade thing. I'm not 100% sure yet. I need to test out the colours and a few bits and pieces. Anyway. What I was trying to say is that you will get, 12 10 gram minis to open on the 12 days of Christmas. But you will also, the box will also include a crochet pattern for a crochet cowl, which is being designed by Sophie of A Spring Snowflake, as well as a knitted cowl pattern, which is being designed by me, which is a little bit daunting because I've never released a pattern before. But I'm pretty sure I've got it sorted now. It's relatively simple. I wanted it to be kind of really, really simple, quite mindless knitting. So you've got that kind of relaxing knit in the headspace between Christmas and New Year where things are still very chaotic. But yeah, I have designed something. I am over halfway through knitting it, but from this point, it's pretty much just the same the whole way through. So I'm quite happy. So I need to write it up, I guess, and see if I can get some testers to test it out for me. But yeah, that will be included in the box for you to knit. Scary. So yeah, I kind of want to work on that and get that a bit more finished so that I've got something I can take photographs of when I send the pattern out to testers. But I also kind of want to cast on my armour sweater. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to have a bit more of a relaxed day. I've got a few orders to pack this afternoon, but I figure I will have a morning where I'm just dyeing the yarn and knitting in between. And then this afternoon I can get some orders packed so that I can take them to the post office tomorrow. And then, yeah, then I'll have to go and get the kids. That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Yeah. So Arthur is at football and Jasper is currently playing a little bit of Minecraft on the sofa next to me. So if you hear him, then that's what you're hearing. And I have dug this out and I thought I would give it a little bit of a go while I've got an hour with nothing much else to do. I grabbed this fibre, which was the fibre I'd had left over from my drop spindle kit that my friend had bought for me. So I've just got it caught on there. So this is, I think, a Spin City. It doesn't have a name or anything. It's just a real mix of fibres. And I've just got it set up, plugged it in, got it set up. And look, I have some singles spun. Yeah, hello, Jasper. And my drafting abilities... Jasper, no, thank you. My drafting abilities are somewhat to be desired, and I know that. I'm very much a new spinner, not just new to a whatever this is, not just new to an e-spinner, but new to spinning in general. But so far, I've got it set up and I've got it working, so that is promising. Unfortunately, I have to stop because I've got to go and get Jasper in the bath and parenting takes priority. It's a shame, isn't it? But look, I've done loads. I'm really, really pleased with it. There's not even, there's definitely lumpy bits and very, very thin bits. But to be fair, that's exactly the same as if I was doing it on a drop spindle. But yeah, really happy with it. I can definitely see myself sitting here in an evening and doing some. It's so quiet. I didn't adjust the audio on the previous video at all. That is actually just how quiet it is, which is amazing because it won't interrupt if we're watching TV and whatever. So yeah, really excited to actually create some yarn from fibre. Okay, Jasper's in the bath, but there was one more thing I wanted to share with you today. I thought I would just share a couple of the other little bits and pieces that I got at Perth. I'm actually missing a set of minis which I swapped with both little yarns whose name has escaped me. I believe it was Claire, but I may have got that wrong. Hope I've not got that wrong. Her and her husband were on the booth literally directly opposite me, and they were lovely. It was the first time I'd ever met them, and we had lots of lovely chats, and they were really friendly and yeah, lovely. But we did a swap for mini bundles. So she picked one of my mini bundles and I picked one of her mini bundles, but I have forgotten to bring those upstairs, so I will share them with you tomorrow. Also, apologies for the lighting. I'm not sure if, I don't know, my camera can't cope with the dark green wall and the overhead light, so it's doing weird yellow things. But I picked up 2 bags and another set of minis, which I will show you in a second. So the first bag I picked up was this beast of a bag. Absolutely ginormous bag from Jo at So Can Jo. This was her first time kind of selling her project bags properly as part of Perth Festival of Yarn, and yeah, they're gorgeous. It's absolutely massive. It's got loads of space in there. I mean, I could practically fit Jasper in it. And I also got one of her little patches that she had made. I've bagged a So Can Jo. And I'm going to be using this, I think, for either a blanket project or for my shawlography when that starts. Oh, that's another thing to cast on, isn't it? Lots of new cast-ons this month. But yeah, so that was the first thing. And then I also picked up another bag, and that is this fun little Halloween bag. And this is from S at So Yarnalicious. I said that right? Yeah, So Yarnalicious. Who, if you remember, she very kindly donated a, there we go, there's her. Is that going to focus? Yeah, So Yarnalicious. She very kindly donated a project bag for the book along. Gorgeous knitting and book fabric. And I'd said then that I loved it and I really wanted to get one for myself. Well, she was vending at Perth and she was not far from me, so I had to pop over to her stall and grab one of her project bags, and I love it. How fun is this Halloween fabric? They're really fun little project bags for like knitting with a sock, because it doesn't do up, but it's got a little popper, but then it's also got a nice little wrist tag, so you can just kind of knit and walk. The ideal for like when you're at a show and you've got a little bit of knitting on the go at quieter times, but you need to be able to put it down quickly. So yeah, another little bag to add to my collection, and I couldn't resist the Halloween fabric. I still need to cast on a Halloween project for my Halloween make-along. Yeah, it's nearly October and I've not even cast on a Halloween project yet. It's not good. And then the last thing that I picked up was a big set of minis from Laura at Bumbling Yarns, and these are still in the plastic, so apologies for the crinkling. And this is just a mix of a number of her colourways. She said that what she tends to do is every time she has a pan on, she sticks a couple of minis in, and then she puts them together into little sets. So it's almost like a little sampler kit of her colourways, which I really like the idea. I think that's brilliant. And yeah, you get a whole selection I'm planning, I'm going to put them down because otherwise they're going to keep making rustly noises. I'm planning to make a blanket out of Laura's scrappy club that she does based on TV shows. And I've not had all of the TV shows throughout the year because I've just kind of picked the ones that like the TV shows that I've watched and enjoyed. But my plan is to use those to make a blanket, and I thought it couldn't hurt having a few extra minis from Laura to kind of supplement that blanket so that I can make it a little bit bigger. But yeah, that's some of the bits I picked up at Perth. I didn't go overboard because I was busy vending most of the time, and also because I've already got loads of yarn and I need to be working with my own yarn a lot more than I am already. But I got a few bits and pieces. Right, I need to go check on this boy, although I'm sure you can hear just as well as I can that he is perfectly fine in the bath. The bathroom's literally next door, so I can actually see him from here. Right, that's it for today. Tomorrow is the last day of my little week in September vlogs. It's been quite fun getting back into the swing of it a little bit. I felt a little bit rusty. I've forgotten to pick up the camera a few times. I know it's been a bit frustrating that I've not been able to really show you any of the yarn I'm working on because of secrets. But I might do a few more of these kind of a week in style vlogs. I might do like a week in October, a week in November, and then we'll have Vlogmas. And hopefully during some of those, I'll have stuff that I can actually show you. Anyway, I'm rambling now and the lighting is crazy, so sorry about that. I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.